What is up, guys? It's Fuffle here, back with HEBs after the match. Super excited to have you guys back and to be talking with the team tonight. We've got the classic, the lineup here. Bambi, J-Bot, Tool, the guys you see out on the pitch every weekend, grinding it out in RLCS, and their wonderful coach, Ronskian. If you're new to this segment, it's super fun. It's kind of we consider it a post-match interview, an opportunity for the community to ask questions to these guys who you watch play on the pitch all the time. So it's super exciting, and we are coming off our first qualification in a while. I did some math on it, and it was actually over 5 months since we had made it to the main event. We were thankful to be back. We played on Friday, and yeah, we're super excited to talk to you guys about that. And I'm going to start it off with a question from me, actually, and this is to everyone. My question is, what did it feel like being back on the biggest stage in RLCS? We'll start with J-Bot, then go Bambi, Tool, and Ronski, and you can bring it home.
I think for me, like, first of all, just making it was like a relief, but once I was actually there, it was definitely really exciting to, like, I don't know, finally get to like take it, like get our chance and prove ourselves again against the top teams and like really try to break through. It was like another like big opportunity. So that was really awesome to like feel like you're sort of pushing through the barrier a bit more than in previous regionals. So yeah, it was just really exciting in general to be up on the RLCS stage.
Yes, kind of similar to J-Bot. It almost feels like we belong there, you know? Like I feel like we should be making it like every time now, you know?
Yes, sir.
We broke the barrier. Now we should be there every time. And like once we were in main event, like I think we kind of like showed people like that we like deserved it. So yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, same as J-Bot and Bambi, like it's about time that we make main event. I think we went like 2 and 3, like how many times? Like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, it was like 4
Too
times.
many.
Yeah. Other than the one time that we had faded. That doesn't count.
That one doesn't count.
But,
wipe it off the record.
Yeah.
Shout out Faded.
Yeah, it felt really good.
Let's go.
What happened that day though?
Stop.
Joking.
Definitely not my fault.
Could have been anyone.
Feels great. I mean, I think day 3 is just such a battle of the mental just closing out. I think top 16 to top 24 NA is pretty interchangeable when it comes to like skill sets and stuff. So feels good to close out. We had a lot of close showings, but feels good to be back, and we are looking to replicate results for this upcoming regional.
Awesome. Yeah, I know we're super pumped to see you guys this weekend. It's crazy turnaround, no? I mean, super fast. You guys are headed right back into it this weekend.
Yeah.
A little bit of a follow-up question on that, Ron. Can you talk to us a little bit about the FaZe series? I believe that was the first time you guys have ever played FaZe in any RLCS setting. So what was that like?
I'm going to be honest. I feel like we were a little bit nervous just because we've never played them. In terms of play style, their play style is very aggressive. Like they put their 3-man at midfield, very tight rotations, very big focus on solo play, and they're all extremely mechanically threatening. Like every single player on that roster is extremely talented. So I think again, it's kind of the mental, but we did take a game off them. There were a couple games that were a little bit of a blowout, but I mean, I'm still a strong believer. You know, you could beat any team. It just like who's going to show up, be confident, and I think like what we're doing right now on the pitch, like I would like to play them again. You know, it's all about getting experience. We don't play FaZe, we don't scrim FaZe, so it's like you go in there fresh mind, and I think it was, you know, a bit intimidating in terms of just they're a really good team, but we showed out, closed out the rest of the day, dropped a V1, but there were some other issues going on there. But I mean, overall, they're a good team. We dropped to them. We lost as we should on paper, but I don't think it was like I'm in the comms with these guys. It wasn't like, oh my god, I'm panicking. Oh no. Like it wasn't like that. Like FaZe is just a good roster. I mean, simple as that.
Can you guys vouch on the lack of oh my god comms or?
There was a lack of oh my
Yeah.
god. It was
Yeah,
more like
there
it was well actually
No,
it
it
was more
wasn't
like
panicky.
it was
wasn't
more like
panicky at all.
Bambi was like oh my god I can't pick up boost. Like, deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's your
So
play
literally
style,
couldn't
right?
though.
Just be-
Like,
They're boost hogs.
No,
Boost hogs,
the game
demos,
wouldn't let
solo
him.
play.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
you
that's
see my
right. The
clip?
Twitter
one of
clip.
those games,
Yeah.
Literally.
Dude, that
I-
thing went crazy.
No, I put it in the chat. I'm like, I told it like the admin. I'm like, I literally can't pick up boost, and like I feel like nobody believed me. Like
No,
literally
the whole
nobody believed
phase
me.
roster was like, why didn't you say that before? And Bambi's like, I don't expect to drive over a boost and not get it. Like, I don't know.
Sorry, I
make
wasn't
any
straight to my
sense.
keyboard after I didn't give boost. Dude, I remember I was talking to some of my buddies after about that. I have never seen anything like that in Rocket
I've never
League.
seen that either, especially
Yeah.
like in
Like-
RLCS. Like,
Yeah, of course it would happen in
Whatever.
RLCS, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for the insight there, Ron.
Yep.
Okay, for everyone who's watching the stream, we will be taking live questions from the chat, so feel free to put those in the HEB rapid fire chat. But we asked you guys to put some questions in before, and so we have some of those for the guys right now. We'll start out with a question from Krusty. He asks, and I want to hear everyone's opinion on this. What are the fastest wheels in the game? So let's start with Bambi. I know Tool has an answer he wants to
Yeah.
share.
I'm ready.
We were talking about this before we started. Then we'll go J-Bot and Ron.
I'm
for
not
me, for me, it would definitely be the Reaper wheels. Like it just has to be the Reaper wheels. They're like nice, aerodynamic, and they're just quick.
Big vouch. Okay,
For me,
Tool, you want to share with the
yeah.
world
Yeah.
your secret sauce?
I'd say I want to say second first. I think Gold Suns is a good second for this.
It's a good shout.
But
Okay.
the buckboards are actually
Oh.
best, bro.
Yeah.
They're
That's the
the
one I was
those
using
wheels
today,
are.
Ron. I was using
Yeah,
them today.
it
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wagon wheels.
The wagon
the
wheels,
wagon,
that's
the
right.
wagon
Yeah, yeah.
wheels.
So for people who
Okay.
don't know,
They're
the
just
wagon
so
wheels,
thin.
Yeah.
they don't
They're so thin.
exist.
You don't
Like
have wheels.
they're
Yeah, you
literally
don't
not
even
there.
have wheels.
Yeah, no wheels. So they have to
Okay.
be the
Gotta be.
fastest, surely. Okay, J-Ball, what's the take?
Okay, so like I'm a firm believer, like it goes with car designs too, but like it's about the player. It's not about the, so
Oh,
like
brother.
So but hear me out.
Oh,
So
brother.
like for me, like black DGs are just like speedy as they're just
Yeah.
speedy
Yeah.
on me. But like
No, you didn't say
like-
anything. What do you mean?
like
On
you
you?
can't listen, you put any wheel on Ronskin's car and it's 800 pounds. He can't
Yeah.
move. He's
Yeah,
a
it's shocking.
full-on brick. There is no fast wheel
Okay.
that Ron
Heavy
can
car
wear.
bug.
Like
Yeah.
like you could put a design on like First Killer and he would look fast, but like you put the same design on Ron and it's just bad. Like he just can't.
Wow.
Like he can't move. So
Dropping
I don't
truth.
know. Black DJs
Right.
for me though.
Great chemistry right here. This is
I've
what
heard-
it's all about.
Can we stay on that for a second, because I've heard those wheels called so many different things, and I think it's our responsibility to get to the bottom of it.
DSE and like,
Dietchis.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Dietchis. I've heard
I-
Dices.
I call it
I-
Beachies. Or
I used to say DSE, but then
DSE.
everyone could start saying
DSE.
DG, so I was like, all right, whatever.
Every time I say
Yeah.
it, like in any setting, like anytime anyone says it, they're gonna get made fun of. Like it doesn't even
It's a
matter.
it's
You
a
know what I
bad
mean?
word.
We're gonna need Murdy Shaw on the case.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
Chase.
Or strange.
Okay, Ron. What J-Bot doesn't think any wheels will help you, but what wheels?
Well, it's honestly facts. I think I rock a solid hour every 2 weeks of game time.
Nice.
Everything
Grinder.
I do is
Grinding.
coaching, as it should be.
Right.
But I always and I have these wheels. I don't use like the Bacchus mod or is it
Plugins.
Alpha Console, or I don't
Yeah,
use
Bacchus.
the
Yeah.
different aesthetics, but black OEMs, that's always my go-to.
Nice.
So, or Cristianos. I mean, Cristianos.
Yeah, Chris,
Never
you can't go
OG.
wrong with them.
Yeah.
So I actually know Krusty, and he in his question he put in parentheses one right answer, and his answer, because I know him, is default OEMs, and he shouts for the
Oh,
default
Those,
OEMs.
okay, those are pretty
That's a
fast.
Stockton.
Those
It's
are
a
pretty
stock-
fast.
stock
I
paint
only
mods.
I only run that
Yeah.
up on Stockton though. Like I don't have
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
design that
Yeah.
hasn't. If I just click new preset and then it's there and I'm like, all right.
Oh, all right,
So
run it. We'll just send it. Well, yeah. Wait, did you guys get messed up? Like the new preset thing, wherever
Oh,
you
yeah, it
click new
doesn't-
it takes your
yeah.
car from before. It's
It
a
copies.
disaster.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate that. I hate
I don't
that.
like that
I
either.
want to start
I wouldn't know.
fresh, Psionics.
Yeah. I
How
wanna
am I
start
supposed to
fresh,
like get my mind
Just
right?
give
You
us
know
the
what I mean?
option.
I'll have to
Yeah,
make
I'm
a
seeing my
default one
preset
so I
from before.
can.
Yes,
so I can,
wait.
I can make a new preset off of that one.
That's Gigabrain. And that's
Yeah.
why we do it. Okay, we had a little shout for hours in the last question. So let's go to Patty's question. His is, how many hours past 2 would you guys recommend for players that are trying to play competitively? So Bambi, let's start with you. What do you think?
I would say competitively, if like you're looking to play in like the RLCS like quals and stuff, I'd say like a good number for like starters would be like at least like 40, I'd say. But like once you reach like our level, like it's good to maintain like at least 60. So
I say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, go ahead,
Notice
Ron.
how low, right?
Right.
I think the biggest misconception is that, you look at these people who play like, 100 past 2, that's the meme. It's all about quality. And but I'll let them go. I just wanted to say that it's
Yeah.
so many people
Yeah,
overplay the game.
no, Ron's
sure.
right though. It is about the
Yeah.
quality.
Sure.
If those 60 hours or 40 hours are like all like scrims and like VOD review, then that helps a lot. Not just like you stuck in free play, which could help. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
learns differently.
Everyone's
so.
different too. Everyone learns differently, and
Okay, J-Bot, the mechanical wizard, what do you think?
I would
Surely
say
120.
probably like 10 in Rocket League, 40 in CS:GO, maybe like 30 in Valorant.
Smart.
You know,
Yeah.
you gotta have diversity there.
Diversify,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
you gotta build a good skill set, a valuable skill set in all different games.
Yeah. No, but this question is actually like kind of like really, I don't know, just deals with me a lot because like I feel like I don't even really have that much time. Like I don't think if I like with my current school schedule and everything, I don't think I even could put in like 80 past 2. And like you don't need to is the point. Like I don't just hop in and just like play rank 2s. Like I'm doing like workshop
Right.
maps, like training packs, training and scrims, and like I'll play ranked sometimes. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's good to play ranked and like, but if you're just like mindlessly playing, then it's that's
Yeah.
fun maybe, but it's not
Well
really
said.
gonna make
Mhm.
you a lot better basically.
Yeah, I know. I have like previous experience in League of Legends, and it's so interesting how like once you became a pro in that game, which I think is kind of similar to maybe what you guys are speaking on here. It's like they wouldn't really touch ranked anymore. Like scrims are just so much more valuable use of time that like, and then you just don't have the bandwidth to go mindlessly play ranked after. You know what I mean? So. I think that's really interesting. I also think it speaks to like barriers for entry on being a pro. You know what I mean? Because like your hours can be really efficient at 40, but then, maybe a guy who's on the come up, like who's, can't find those scrims, not on the team, that kind of thing. It's different, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting. Tool, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same as Bambi. I'd say 50 to 60 hours. And also, it's kind of important not to like do too many hours because like for me, if I go above like 90 or maybe even 80, I just kind of get like burned out too fast.
Yeah.
Like if you just stay consistent 80, it's not very good to do. You just get burnt out.
Cool.
Well said.
Super interesting. Ron, anything to add?
Yeah, and I know these guys pretty well, like having worked with them for, I mean, with Bambi and Tool included, like close to like 3-4 years of chemistry, both as a player and a coach. J-Bot close to 2 years now. I think Tool tends to play the most. He's a gamer for sure. I think anything between 60 and 70 is like magical. 80 is like prime time grind, but it's like, let's make sure those 80 hours are quality. Obviously, like hours go up during tournaments because like a tournament can last like 8 hours in a day.
Right.
I think if someone wants to get into the game, I think 60 is a really good number. Yeah, you could have quality at 40, but it's so individualized in which like I do a lot of private coaching. Like I work with people who have work schedules, like J-Bot talked about his school schedule. And
Right.
like with J-Bot, like I'm not gonna tell this kid to fucking play, excuse my language.
No problem.
Like I'm not gonna tell him to play the game that sacrifices school performance, because if he's not doing well in school, he's not gonna perform on the pitch.
Yeah.
So it's like it's so fine tuned per the individual. But I think 60 is such a good base to build on. See if you like 80. I think anything over 80 gets a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like I just treat it like a full-time job. Like obviously that's 40 hours a week, but like this is competition. And I think 60 is that magical number, but like I don't count VOD review for that because you're not playing.
Right.
I think like
Right.
60 hours of playtime, quality. right? It depends on what
Yeah.
you're doing, whether that's ranked, whether that's 6-mans, whether that's scrims, tournaments, whatever. So
Love it. Super insightful, guys. I think we're learning a little too much in this chat here. So let's go with a completely 180 on the question. Friend of the show, Brandon asks, what do you rate Fisher's tweets on a scale of 1 to 10? And now, for anyone who doesn't know, Fisher, Twitter warrior, and he's been tweeting some pretty interesting stuff always, but a bit more recently. What do you guys? How you feeling about Fisher, Bambi?
I feel like his tweets, they're definitely interesting, and I feel like they like appeal more to like a younger crowd. Because like when I read it, like I get a little chuckle out of it, but like it's like, what are you thinking? Same with Asphira too. Like Asphira's my teammate. Like, the stuff that he says, like I'm just like how are you thinking about that? Like
CRL.
so I'll give it like a rating of like 6 or 7.
All right, that's not bad though.
It's not bad,
especially in the Twitter world.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note, I saw an argument going on Rocket League Twitter recently about the logistics of swimming under an island.
I actually lost my mind when I read that.
That was an interesting one to read. Also, I believe, as Fura tweeted, if you jump off something that's falling, can you nerf the fall damage? Which
I need to take a physics class.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, J-Boy, what do you think about Fisher?
Like, if I'm gonna be real right here, like I feel as though, and I'll be a little nice, but like I feel as though we're either at like a solid 7 or like a 1, and there's like he's never had a tweet in between that. Like he's either like hitting like some good ones, and I'm like, this is funny, or I'm like, I want to block this kid right now if I see him. Like it's like no in between. Like I feel like he's very hit or miss with it. So I'll give him like, I'll go say 2 and 8. So I guess we can average it out to a 5. But realistically, I think you need both of those numbers to
to tell the full story. Yeah. Love it. Okay, Tua, how are we feeling?
I mean, I don't look at much of his tweets. The only tweets I see from him is probably just when someone's LFT and then he says like, "Okay, let's do this."
Oh yeah, all right.
Okay, I do love that he does that. I love it. All right, let's do it. Handshake emoji. Always handshake emoji.
It could be like AJ first killer. He's just gonna say it on every tweet, but
yeah.
No, but sometimes he's like not joking. He actually would like wants to team with the person. Like,
but you'll never know.
I don't know. I give him a solid 6. Give him a solid 6.
Not bad ratings across the board.
Yeah.
Ron, I'm really curious to hear your thoughts.
Are we rating? Am I supposed to give him an
Please give him a rating on a scale of 1 to 10.
This is gonna sound weird because I'm active on Twitter because I do a lot of updates for RLCS, but I don't browse Twitter because I think my time can be spent better elsewhere. I know. I'm that guy.
Here we go.
But I think I'll give him a 7. I've seen some stuff that is like, okay, or like, what are you thinking? I kind of agree with what Bambi said about like the audience base, but in general, I mean, he's doing something right.
True.
Like Twitter's a great way to grow your brand.
He gained like 4,000 followers that one day. Like,
yeah, because in Civic,
I just don't personally like browse Twitter all day.
Yeah.
So
well, you don't have to because that is my job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we'll do one more serious one and then one more fun. We'll get out of here. Redacted asks the team, and I want to start with you, Ron. You guys chime in to add in things, but his question is, how much adaptation happens mid-series?
Ooh.
Do you actively change your playstyle based on your opponents, or do you just play your game?
That's a really good question because it just depends, and that's a terrible answer. But
no, yeah.
I mean, there's so many factors that go into it. Is it actually a strategic counter, or is it something you're doing out of desperation to be like you're grasping for air? We have to do this. We have to do this. I think if you're confident, I mean, you could play it both ways. If you're confident, let's counter. But also, if you're confident, play your game and make teams adapt to you. It depends in the moment, and that just kind of breaks down to like how I live coach. live coaching is way different than VOD analysis. So there's not really a right answer to that. I would say,
Yeah.
I would say most, because I go pretty deep with how I do live coaching, and I don't want to like reveal what I do, but it just depends. Like, okay, so this might be a good example. If we're playing a team that's not good in terms of like we know we could beat this team, we're gonna force the issue for sure.
Right.
We're not gonna like overthink it, but like for example with phase, there might be a little bit more adaptations just because we need that. Because like if we know we could beat a team, like if we were scrimming this team, we'd blow them out, then we're just gonna keep playing our game. I might provide feedback. I would like to hear what these guys say, because I think we definitely do call things, but there's a fine line, because Rocket League is very much an instinctual game. You don't want to overthink anything. So like it's not like a playbook game.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
but
Anybody
we
want to jump in?
do.
Yeah, I can jump in.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Yeah, sorry, baby. I'm just better, but I'll do it first.
Yeah, right. And just faster, I think, is a good point as well. Yeah.
Jumped in there. I think like most times, like we'll only really make like teams will mostly make like explicit changes. Like they'll talk about it with each other. Like when you lost a game, just more as like to get you thinking more for the next game and like how you can outplay them. But I think if you win, you more just like ride the momentum. But that's for like explicit changes in playstyle. But I feel like there's always kind of like a tug of war going on where like you're really trying to get your opponents to play into your hand by like making them give the ball away and like fake challenging a lot and bring the ball to you and then give it away.
Yeah.
But if you take that too far, they could exploit that and try to demo you a lot and take all your boosts and starve you.
Don't reveal too much. Oh my gosh.
But also at the same time, like I feel like they will also try to like bait you in. So there's always like this kind of ongoing play style change that even happens like within the games. But I would say most explicit changes happen during like after a loss for a team.
Can I comment on that?
Sure, of course.
Yeah, so like I've literally heard JBot, like let's say maybe we're 2-1 in a series and we're trying to close out. Like I've heard JBot make the call, because I love when these guys make the call too. That means they're engaged and thinking. He'll be like, they're gonna demo. We watch out. Like let's keep playing our game, but they're gonna demo, because like obviously demo is one of the, you should always be demoing. It's current meta, but it's kind of a last resort tool. So like it's almost like sometimes we counter the counter. Like but at the end of the day, you don't want to overthink. Overthinking is terrible because it leads to hesitation.
Yeah. Cool. Bambi, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, they pretty much said it, but we have to, like, as players, like when we're in the game, obviously we can't come up with like different like game plans like when we're in the game.
Sure.
But a lot of it is having to do with like reading the other players. Like, so an example, I guess, is like FaZe, like they're all like really mechanical. They didn't really go for like too many like bumping plays, demo plays, but they're very mechanical, so we have to give them a little bit more space. So that's like a mini adaptation.
Right.
And then I guess for like V1, like Calm tends to be like super demo heavy, and he plays like behind us a lot, so we have to be like aware of that. So that's like like a different adaptation.
Yeah.
Cool. Tool, anything you want to add?
I mean, you guys covered it. I'd just say like maybe I'd say like coming into a series, you should just already have things that you should be ready to like adapt for, like just in case.
Well, and I
it's just being
think
prepared for it.
Yeah, I think that you guys do a phenomenal job of that. I mean, when I was doing the watch party, I don't remember specifically what series it was, but I mean, honestly, you guys look like a different team sometimes, and I'm assuming that's because of prep work you've done, scrims, yada yada yada. We're gonna play in X way versus this team. It's cool to see, man. It's really cool to hear about, and honestly, it's been a joy in my life to edit the comms videos because it's so interesting to me, like what's actually going on, especially as someone who's watched Rocket League for so long. You just see a caster yelling at cars and you're only seeing one POV at a time. Like, to hear the whole process, it's cool. There's a lot more going on there. Cool, guys. Awesome. All right, we'll do one more and then we're out of here. We got to know. Well, Patty's asking, what's everyone's favorite goal explosion? So we talked about the wheels. I would like to weigh in here. My favorite goal explosion is Sub-Zero. Okay, so there you go. I know everyone wanted to know. Cool. Over to you. What's your favorite goal explosion?
I think my most used one and favorite one is the nuke. I think it's
Oh, dude, it's so bright.
True.
man.
It's tactical though because you're blinding
like
your
flashing.
opponents when you score.
No, but you
know,
blind me
flashbang.
too, Tool.
Yeah.
You just need to get out of net. You need to get out of the net.
But I'm just in. Like
You're just
like,
vibing in there.
I'm just
Just
in
need to get
there.
out.
Like I'm demoing some kid, and then you score, and I can't see anymore.
Yeah.
It's bad.
J Butt sits in the opponent net
No, I
Yeah.
actually
for
do.
most of the game.
He's
Yeah.
just bumping them in the net constantly.
All right, J Butt, what's yours? You never get to see it because you're too busy bumping. But what's your goal explosion?
I think either I like the one from Sideswipe. They're like, what? Like
Oh
that
wow,
one.
yeah, that one's that one's
Party
good.
time.
That one's
Party time.
toxic. Yeah, that too. But I think just the standard one. It's just it brings me back, you know. So
Yeah.
I like
Do you
just
have
the standard
which
one.
color?
I like the orange one.
Orange, just
Yeah.
straight up.
Standard orange, yeah.
Love it. Bambi?
I'm a Dueling Dragons type of guy.
Wow.
I just
High roller.
High roller. High roller.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of that during the weekend.
Okay.
Let's go. I love to hear it. Okay, Ron, we know you're scoring a lot of goals in free play out
yeah.
there. So
I've
what do we got?
I've been rocking Splash for
Splash
so
is
long.
good.
You know, it's
Yeah.
simple.
You don't get to see it a lot though, do you, Ron?
When I say I don't play this game, I do not play this game.
Even
It's
when you do,
actually
it's
really
not entertaining
crazy.
at
And that's my coach. That's my coach,
but
by the way.
I love
Yeah.
Splash.
Yeah,
for sure.
especially the voice line on Splash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Splash.
It's like a sexy voice. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone needs to make like a remix. You know what I'm saying with Splash.
Yeah,
We'll
drop
get
the
Fisher to
bass.
spit some bars on it.
No, maybe someone
Sure,
else.
he'd
Yeah,
love
that's
to.
around that.
Yeah, sure on that beat. All right. Well, I know Bambi has a CRL match to play tonight, so go Bambi. We'll be
So,
cheering you on.
let's go.
Mhm.
And guys, as always, thank you so much for your time. So interesting to hear some funnies and also some actual just behind the scenes stuff. I hope everyone in the community enjoyed. We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, HEB. Thank you for sponsoring our team and also for sponsoring this segment. Appreciate them very much. And make sure you catch Team Accelerate back in action on Friday at 6 p.m. Central. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
Sure.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.